Hey there, Ephraim from LP3 Cronus here, and bringing you another war recap video against Reddit Vortex. We beat him by 11, and this was actually a pretty sweet revenge, because, let's see here, a while back, they beat us, and this was kind of our revenge. Oops, sorry about that. So, oh, they're starting war already. Let's just take a look at some of the attacks here. We had an excellent war, by all accounts. We had 8 3-stars against their anti-3-star bases, 0 1-stars, average destruction almost 80%. We had a really, really great war. They gave it a really good shot, so we'll show you what they did to our bases, and they did pretty well. Basically 2-starred us all. Our anti-3-star bases held up really well. 1 or 2 3-stars over there, but for the most part, we came out on top. Guy was one of our Town Hall 10s, and he had 2 3-stars, very impressive. Hawk's another Town Hall 10. I just wanted to show you AZ. So, of course, one of our best attackers. And I want to show you this attack because with the new spells, I guess a lot of us don't really know how to use them. AZ, I think, uses them perfectly here. 4 earthquake spells, and you'll see that he's using 5 witches. So the problem with witches sometimes is trying to get the skeletons to go into the middle. So sometimes the witches will go where you want them, but the skeletons will run amok. So he uses his earthquake spells here to create a really, really wide path so that his skeletons have no choice but to go in and be an excellent meat shield for the rest of his troops. So this is a really, really heavy kill squad team. He has, as you saw, I think it was 5 or 6 witches, a poison for the clan castle. Luckily, he had smaller troops. He even brings a jump, which I kind of find funny. He brought 4 earthquakes, which is the equivalent of 2 jumps really, and then another jump, but it's exactly what he needed. He just needed his skeletons to be able to get through the whole base. And as you'll see, those air defenses are already down, and he's got these perfect back-end loons with plenty of tanks in the middle. You'll see that the cannons, the wizard towers, the Teslas, everything is pointed towards those skeletons in the middle and those golems in the middle, and he's got plenty of back-end firepower for cleanup there. And I think those earthquake spells were really used perfectly. And I think that's what gave him the 3-star. So we'll just speed it up a little bit here. The Queen will take out that last air defense. The balloons will take out the rest of those outside structures. And it really makes you think about what kind of spells you're bringing to a battle. He brought basically a full spell factory of earthquakes, jumps, and just like, I guess you could almost call it random. You'd almost always expect to see a rage, maybe a heal, a lightning. So he really mixed it up, and that was really, really great. So, great work, AZ. We are now going to jump down to Marcus, one of our newer members. And he just comes in with a good hog attack here. And again, with these new spells, normally, for a Town Hall 9, you'd be able to bring a lightning spell and 3 heals. And here, since he was able to bring that poison, he had that 4th heal available to him, which you'll see is something that's going to be an important part of this raid. So he's creating his funnel. He's got his couple golems in there. Interesting that he chose to fill his clan castle with wizards. So since we're a level 5 clan, we always have to consider which kinds of troops we want to be in our clan castle. So personally, I always like to put a golem, for a few reasons. Firstly, because I don't have max golems, and a max golem in my mind is more important than a max wizard. Max golem is going to be the one that's soaking up your damage and going to be the one that's dealing damage. Wizards, you have a ton of them, what's 5 extra going to do? So that's the way I look at it. Additionally, when you drop your clan castle, you have very little control of where you get to put your troops, meaning you drop your clan castle and that's where your troops are. Golem fills up the whole clan castle and then you put it down and that's all you need to do. But for wizards, if I had 6 wizards in there, maybe I'd like to spread them out a little bit or give them some more space to operate. I like having that flexibility of having my own wizards and then having a golem in the clan castle. But either way, dealer's choice. Marcus goes ahead and releases his hogs, semi-surgical, and he's very lucky that all of the point defense was on the outside. because as you'll see once he gets closer to the middle, his hogs are really, really low on health just because of how spread out they are and how long it's taking them to take out all the defenses, but all he has left is those air defenses and those Teslas. But regardless, he has, it looks like 5 or 6 hogs left, and he's got his queen doing work, and he's got his king on the outside, and he'll have a couple of wizards there to help, which is going to be enough to wrap up this raid. So really good attack from him, and just that was my point on how to fill up your clan castle. So I usually like to have those heavier, bigger troops on there, especially just to have that flexibility of where you can drop them and how you can spread them out and manipulate them. That's just my personal preference. So, yeah, let's just do VNV's attack quickly here. And, oops. There we go. So it was frozen for a second. Anyway, VNV testing the waters down there, looking like he was trying to draw out the clan castle, but very smart base design, having those spring traps there and flipping his giants off the map. And that's a really common technique. If you do have a weak point where your clan castle can be lured, that's where you put extra traps, or that's where you put bombs or spring traps. That way, if someone does try to send in a couple hogs or a couple of giants just to lure it out, you'll have something waiting for them, and it could potentially screw up the raid. So, didn't bother VNV that much. He did have that lightning just in case. His dark spell factory must have been upgrading, and he got that air defense, which is what he really wanted, plus the queen, and plus the queen and that air defense. So he starts going in with his hounds, a nice clockwise rotation, rage spell over the high hit point buildings like the wizard tower and the air defense. Of course, the air sweeper doing very little, not that well upgraded. And finally, his clan castle comes, and look at this. The base is already 30% destroyed before the clan castle even comes out. So that's a big deal for him because it allows his hounds to really move completely untouched throughout most of the base. And by the time his clan castle is released, the hounds are all popping, and those pups are taking down those wizards. And he's got plenty of balloons and a full health hound over here to just make short work of the rest of this base. And I really like how, even though there was that good base design feature at the bottom, he was able to recuperate really quickly, and he just realized that, okay, if I stay away from the clan castle as long as possible, I'll be able to drop my lightning while I have pups to clean it up. So that was just a really smart move. And he gets the 3-star easily. All right. And for our last 3-star, Joe. And Joe, another new-ish member, he also came in with a quad lava. And again, he followed my advice. He has his hound in the clan castle instead of having balloons in the clan castle. That would be a waste of the upgrade. A bunch of balloons. And it's interesting, the poison spell, while you might think, well, it doesn't do anything against balloons and giants and whatever because they have so much health, it does slow them down significantly, especially once it gets to the higher levels. So you saw his queen had an extra maybe 4 or 5 seconds to take out that clan castle, and that made a really big difference. And I think that's an underrated point of the heal spell, especially when people say, like, oh, well, if he's any big troops in there, like balloons, it's completely worthless. It's not completely worthless. Depending on how you choose to take out the clan castle, it could actually be really, really helpful by slowing them down significantly. And I think it's something like a 33% slowdown at level 2, something like that. It's something that, it could make a big difference, especially for balloons and giants, which are already very slow troops to begin with. So anyway, he does targeted loons here on each air defense. Still has a hound up, and his clan castle level 3 hound going in on that last air defense, distracting all the defenses, and he'll send in the rest of his loons to take care of the rest of the defenses. So it was a great attack by Joe. Well planned. Unfortunately, that last hound didn't burst. I usually like to drop my highest level hound first. Like I also used to like to drop my highest level golem first. If that's going to be doing the majority of your tanking, you have to make sure that you don't leave it for the end and, not have it pop. Don't forget, they also release the most pups. So you'll want that for cleanup more so than a level 2, which releases, I think, maybe 8 pups versus level 3, which releases 10. Something like that. I'll have to check on those numbers. Anyways, just a really, really good war for us. I'm really pleased. Reddit Vortex is a great clan, and they did beat us before. They're level 6, as you can see. So for us to be able to come back and, really stick it to them, that was really, really a good feeling. So we got a rematch eventually. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm actually headed over to LP3 Titan for the next couple of days. They're on their 99th win, and they've invited me back to pick up that 100th win with them. So that should be exciting. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.